Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bridging the Gap. Make sure to leave a like on this video down below and subscribe. My name is Alvin. I lead right on most issues, and I'll be representing the Republican side.
My name is Luke. I lean left on most issues, and I'll be representing the Democratic side. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, Alvin and I have characterized all 435 of the House races that are going to occur in this 2022 midterm elections. Now, I say have characterized because we've spent the past 5 hours looking at each specific House race and getting an idea of where it's going to go. I would just like to say beforehand, we already have ratings for all of these blank races, and we're going to be filling it out over the course of this video.
Yeah, so starting it off, Democrats have 156 safe seats, and Republicans have 201, only 17 short of a majority. So it's looking really good for the Republicans. Let's get into it. Let's start off with the state of Alaska. Alabama has no toss-up districts, so we're just going to go straight into Alaska. And personally, I actually think this is likely Democrat. I think actually in the final round, if this ranked choice voting, Mary Peltola is going to win by over 5 points over Sarah Palin. But I can't talk about this for too long. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I thought this would be closer. I thought this would be a lean Democrat race just because of the nature of the more conservative nature of Alaska. But Peltola is in a good position as the incumbent. Yeah, we decided to put this in lean. So let's
Did
just do this
decide
real
to put
quick.
this in
We
lean,
have
but
78 races to go
if
through. We
it
can't
is
afford to
likely,
talk too much.
though, I said it. If it's
Yeah,
likely,
okay, that is true. That is true.
Arizona. How about we just alternate states? So you take all of Arizona, and then I'll take the next state.
Okay. So AZ1, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. We had that one likely R, decently strong Republican incumbent. So yeah, that one's likely. AZ2, next one, we have Tom O'Halloran, a Democrat, the most vulnerable Democrat, incumbent Democrat up for re-election. We have this in a likely R. Arizona 4, I believe Greg Stant, a former Phoenix mayor, is running here on the Democratic side. We have this in lean Democrat. And finally, Arizona 6, and Kirkpatrick is retiring. And it's a district Biden only barely won. So we have this in likely R.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. I just realized I gave myself California because Arkansas has no safe district. So
good luck.
I will be running through all of California's districts. I did not mean to do this to myself, but California is third. It is a fully open seat, but that's just safe with the shifts in the red wave. Let's move on to California's ninth, where we think this one's likely D because of Josh Harder's big overperformance over Biden in 2020. We're going to move on to California's 13th, another fully open seat that's going to be lean D, just based off of a decently big red wave, but a big Biden seat still. California 22, Valadeo's special in the seat. It's a big Biden seat, but he overperforms Trump every single time. And he's known for this district. People that follow national politics know him. This is lean R for us. 26, 25th just safe. So 26th, Julia Browney is doing pretty well. We think this is likely Democrats. So big underperformance over Biden, but she's still holding on with such a D district. Chad Garcia over in the 27th district. We actually think this is all the way in lean Republican, even somewhat similar to Valadeo's district, like these Hispanic districts. Young Kim, Asian American woman in California, safe actually. 41st district. Calvert, this one I think we put in.
No, wait, I think 41st is safe.
Likely
I think we put Ken. No, I think we put Ken Calvert in solid and Young Kim in likely. Above
okay.
the one above. So California
Okay.
40. I think we have that likely. Yeah, she's in a very strong position to win. The polling has indicated she's doing well. But yeah, Ken Calvert. Yeah, we
even stronger. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
even
just
stronger.
messed the two up. All right. Yeah, Ken Calvert's just 15-term congressman. Yeah, there we go. Michelle Steele, a lot of similarities to Young Kim in the 45th district. This one we're going to be putting likely Republican. She overperformed Trump by a ton in her district. Katie Porter in the 47th district is lean D. she underperformed Biden, and she's just not the best, but she's gonna do pretty well with this district. And finally, we have Mike Levin, which we think he's barely gonna hold on. Like he's not the strongest guy. It's a border district, right? But we think he's gonna hold on with this Dem district leading. So I just ran through Cali so fast. Let's move on to Colorado.
Okay, Colorado. Well, Bo Bear's safe in her third district this year. We definitely think that. So, going to Colorado 7th, we have a retiring Democrat here. So yeah, just because of that, we dropped this into a likely Democratic seat here. Still pretty blue, and Colorado seems to be shifting to the left. So we're gonna keep this one in likely. Colorado 8th. I believe this has a decent Hispanic community, and like some of the suburbs of Denver. It's another open seat. And yeah, we generally think this is going to be lean Republican. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. It is important to note that Colorado is shifting very fast to the left, though, so this could move some to the left. Anyways, Connecticut, I did give myself an easy state now, I guess. This one, Connecticut second, we think is safe. Yes, maybe.
Oh, Connecticut.
Not sure
which. I think okay. Connecticut second was safe, and I believe Connecticut 5th we put as tilt Democrat.
Okay.
Let me just. I can fact check it like real quick.
Extremely quickly. Yeah, I think this one makes more sense to be safe, and this one's tilt. Just with the consensus map as well. I think we found something with Joe Courtney, he's an 8-term congressman. He's probably going to do pretty well, and Connecticut's going to retain their 5.
So Courtney is in the second, right?
Yeah, he's in the second district.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The fifth one is the tilt one.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. This makes sense.
Okay. Next, Florida, which has been gerrymandered to a point where we only have one district that isn't solid. That being in the Miami 23rd area, the 23rd. We have that in likely Democrat. It is a pretty Democratic district normally, but the Hispanic shifts in Florida with those, we think it could fall into the likely margins here. But yeah, that's the only one for Florida. Next is Georgia.
So Georgia's also been gerrymandered to the point where there's only one a vaguely competitive district. This one isn't really going to be that competitive because Sanford Bishop Jr. has been there for a very long time, 15 terms, and the black shifts are going to, and the Georgia suburban shifts are going to bring him to likely Democrat. Very easy characterization. Time for Illinois.
Okay, Illinois. This is going to be a bit of a journey here. Let's start with Illinois 6, which we have labeled lean Democrat. I believe the incumbent in this one, Sean Casten, actually came from a different district and like beat the Dem incumbent here. Which is very weird to say. Like I think maybe like a slither of the district used to be was part of his old district because everything got redistricted. We have this one lean Democrat, just because we don't think the incumbency is going to work too much in his favor because he didn't have much of the district. Okay, Illinois 11th. We have this one likely Democrat. This one again has an incumbent in it. Okay. Next, Illinois 13th. Very crazy Dem gerrymander across the state. This isn't this isn't in upstate Illinois. This is like in the center of the state. We have this in lean Democrat. Because of that gerrymander. Illinois 14th. Also we have this lean Democrat. Well, which one is I believe this one's just right outside Chicago.
Right
okay, here. And then some of those suburbs. And then finally, Illinois 17th, we put tilt Democrat. It's an open seat, but I believe it voted for Biden by a pretty decent margin there.
By 7.8. But good job to the Democrats for the gerrymander. They might lose 17, but this will be holding up for the cycle, even when a red wave. So I mean, good map making skills. I don't know. Indiana. Is there anything for Indiana?
Yeah, there is one for Indiana.
There is one singular seat over in Gary for Indiana. And this one is just likely Democrat for us. We think Ravin, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but we think he's pretty strong. He overperformed Biden by a ton, and he's just going to do well. Yeah.
Okay, next is Iowa. State which voted for Trump by a solid amount. Okay, Iowa first, we have likely Republican. The Republican candidate here underperformed Trump slightly, but I believe that was because they were going up against
The incumbent.
they beat a Dem incumbent. So yeah, we ended by putting
She
this
won by
likely,
6 votes, by the way.
like, oh yeah, you're right. This was super close. Yeah, yeah. So this one, yeah, we'll put likely Republican. Iowa second. This is more popular incumbent. That's what I put in my notes here. I put popular incumbent. I'm not sure what that means in hindsight, but likely Republican. I feel like there's
Yeah.
also some polls on this one as well. And Iowa third. This is a Dem incumbent, I believe. Yes, Cindy asked. Yeah. Iowa three. We have this lean Republican.
Yeah,
there's also been a few
the
polls.
district moved to the right by a ton.
Yeah.
So full delegation of our Republicans now. Moving into Kansas, we have a singular district in Kansas, and this one we did not know. We thought it was an absolute pure toss-up. With Sharice Davids, she's a decent candidate, but her opponent is also very quite strong, and she's back for more, right? From 2020. And now this time, now it's like super close. The opponent's favored in the fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
But Sharice Davids does have her own poll in the district. We put this one barely tilt Democrat, and we literally had to flip a coin to figure out
we
which
flipped a
side
coin for this one.
to figure out. So yeah.
And I believe Sienna also put this one up
right. The
Sharice Davids
Sienna
at 14,
poll put
like
her up
crazy.
14, which moved it from lean Republican to an absolute toss-up for us. Anyways,
Yeah.
If they're wrong though, then they absolutely suck.
That would be kind of crazy. Again. Imagine being off by that much. Okay, Maine second here. We have moderate Democrat Jared Golden, going up against a former incumbent, I believe.
Yes.
We put this tilt Democrat. I think Golden is favored here. I mean, ranked choice voting will probably break in his favor because he's a moderate. It tends to favor moderates. Yeah, so we think Golden will barely squeak it out in the end. Okay.
Yeah, not a surprise if that does flip though. Let's move to Maryland. Is there anything in Maryland? Yes, one seat in Maryland with David Trone. And we think he's in a decent district for himself. And it's probably just good for him, honestly. He's a strong candidate, and we're just moving this one into Lean-D.
Yeah, I think we have the same lean, yeah.
Lean-D.
Okay. Right. Next,
no
Michigan.
Massachusetts. Look at this. Take a moment to admire this gerrymander. Anyways, Michigan.
Gerrymander signed by the Republican governor, by the way. But okay. Michigan. Okay, Michigan. This is going to be one of the more interesting House maps to look at.
Yeah.
This one was done by an independent committee. Very fair. I like it. Michigan 3. We have in lean Democrat. I believe it voted for Biden around 8 points. The incumbent Republican here was actually booted out, Peter Meyer, by a more extreme Republican. What's his name? Gibbs?
John Gibbs.
John Gibbs. Yeah. So I think the extremist Republican combined with it being a pretty strongly Democratic district, we think it's lean Democrat. Michigan 7. I believe this is Elisa Slotkin's district. We put this one in tilt R. Yeah, just like the wave. We think the wave will overcome Elisa Slotkin here, but we'll see. Dan Kildee, Michigan 8. Dan Kildee's a very strong incumbent. We put this one in lean Democrat. He did overperform Biden by a decent margin.
Yeah.
And then finally, Michigan 10, we have the Republican superstar in Michigan, John James. I mean, he's done pretty well in the state. He's made a name for himself. Now he's running for a House district. I believe he'll be able to win by like an 8-point margin, so likely. And yeah, that concludes Michigan. Okay, so Minnesota next.
Minnesota. All right. Minnesota is only has 2 districts. The first is pretty interesting because there's a special election in this district where Finsat did win, so good for him. But the rematch is back, and Edinger is back for more. But this time we think it won't be so close. We think this will be all the way in likely Republican with the wave. No more November. It's just November now. It's just November. So, anyways, Angie Craig, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Yeah, this one we're not too confident on her ability to hold. It is a pretty heavy Biden district, but Kistner is not bad. You know, Craig's just pretty generic, although people do know her name. We
Mhm.
do think this is still Republican. So
Yeah, the reason I would say I recall this, I'm not sure if you remember when we were talking about this. The legal weed candidate in this race
yes.
died. So that usually the legal weed party siphons a few votes from the Democrats. So now, I mean, she might be slightly better. She might be better off because of that. But yeah, we'll see. So like, if the legal weed candidate didn't die, it's probably be lean R or more. But this is right now is total Republican. Okay, going on to Nebraska. Nebraska 2. We have this in likely Republican. The Republican here, Don Bacon's a moderate. The Democrat who ran against him in 2020 was a progressive and got like curb stomped. But now we have a more moderate Democrat running there. So yeah, we think this will be likely this year.
Yeah, who doesn't
For the
like
Republican.
bacon? You know what I mean?
Yeah, bacon's solid, bro.
Bacon is
Nice
solid.
breakfast. Nice
Yeah.
breakfast.
All right,
bro.
let's move on to Nevada, where there's a lot of competitive districts actually in Nevada. Nevada's first, we think, barely goes to the Republican here. There's a lot of factors actually in Nevada. There's a lot of polling that we're looking at. I remember that all these districts swing to the left, but with the wave and decent polling for the Republicans, we're putting this one into tilt Republican. But just barely. There's a poll from Emerson putting this her up like plus 12 or something.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. And just to note, that puts Republicans over the majority right now.
Oh, you're right.
So
Yeah.
there we go. That's the race that pulls them over. Nevada's third. We are going to Republican again. Very similar to the first district, actually. Like there's a lot of parallels, but Emerson only puts some like plus 4R for some reason. It's weird. But it is a more right-leaning district. Now, Nevada's fourth, we are going to barely move into the Democratic column. So the polling here from Emerson, because they pulled the whole state, was plus 4D. We don't think he's going to win by that much, but the district and the wave just equate to about here. We relied on our fundamentals. So let's move on. New Hampshire.
Okay, in New Hampshire, I put the first. Well, we put the first district to tilt Republican. The Dem incumbent here underperformed Biden ever so slightly, and I believe, Caroline Leavitt. She is a Gen Z Republican. She would be the youngest female congresswoman, I think, in a while. Like ever? Question mark.
Ever?
If she's elected. I mean, if she wins in November, she would be tied for the first Gen Z to be in because the Democrats already certain one. But that's a different story. Yes, yeah, we put this one in tilt R. New Hampshire second, and Custer on the other hand, I believe overperformed Biden. So we put this one in likely Democrat. We think she's likely to win this one. Yeah.
Okay. We think this one's good for her. All right. Yeah, and also the Republicans like pulled out of this one, right? They don't care anymore. Well, I guess I have the privilege of doing New Jersey,
our home state. Yeah.
Andy Kim is an absolute beast in his district and overperformed Biden by like 10 or something. I
think it was 7, yeah.
Yeah, something
pretty
big.
Solid,
yeah, he's solid. We don't think although it's weird how like some Cook moved this into lean Democrat or something. I don't know. It's weird.
I'm pretty sure this is
yeah. Gottheimer, not exactly the most popular guy in New Jersey, I won't lie. But we think he's fine. Like he's gonna go into likely Democrat.
Yeah, and he overperformed Biden.
Yeah, his district, overperformed a little. Like not that many people like love him in the state, but he's gonna do just fine. He's gonna win. Malinowski here, interesting. I did work for the Keene campaign, so full disclosure, sort of biased, but we actually think this is all the way in likely Republican. Like Malinowski underperformed Biden by quite a bit because Keene ran against him, and Keene's the son of a former governor. He did really well in 2020. Like he lost by like 1 point in a district that Biden won by quite a lot, right? And he's back for more. Keene's gonna win by a decent chunk with the wave. Mickey Sherrill. It's funny because the Dems put like $1.9 million into her race like a few days ago, which is interesting. Like we don't think there's anything to see here. Like it's just likely Democrat. Like look at this. Like I don't know. Anyways, we're out of New Jersey. Let's go to New Mexico.
Okay, New Mexico. All of them. We have somewhat competitive here. New Mexico first. We put in likely Democrat. There was a special election here showing the Democrat doing pretty strong. That was like in 2021. Yeah, we have that one likely. New Mexico second. This is a district currently held by a Republican. We have this lean R. I believe Emerson put the Republican up here up by a lot. but then like New York Times put the Dem up by 1. So yeah, we have this one in lean R. Our fundamentals said around 3 points Democrat, but yeah, we have this one in lean R, heralded strongly in 2020. And New Mexico 3rd. We also have this one likely Democrat. Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
There we go. Pretty simple districts here. I guess I have to do New York then, which we think there's a lot of factors in New York. Okay, let's just run through the safes like super quickly. Like these two, they were around likely or so, but we think with Zeldin at the top of the ticket and New York for some reason closening at the statewide level, like he's gonna have some pull in Long Island.
Yeah, especially Long Island.
Yeah, especially in these open districts in Long Island, right? Like who's going to vote for Zeldin and then some random Democrat that's never been in office, right? So there we go. Safe on the first 2 districts. We have it. Next, in the 3rd district, we have Santos just barely winning over Zimmerman. Swozy just like is weird because she's dropped his district to run against Hochul. Like, what were you thinking, man? That was not a great idea.
He got body slammed.
Yeah,
you lost that primary pretty badly.
Yeah. That was sad. Anyways, we have this one barely tilt Republican. Moving into the 4th district, this one is going to be lean Democrat. Like at this point, like Kathleen Rice is not running, but like Gillen's gonna probably be fine. It's such a blue district. Maliotakis is completely safe on Staten Island. 17. John Patrick Maloney is quite a strong Democrat. We've seen this one really tightening over the past few weeks for some reason. There's a lot of spending coming in here, but we think he's going to do better than people think. We actually have this all the way in lean Democrat, but it's not impossible that Lawler wins in upstate. Pat Ryan had his famous win in the summer, or infamous for Republican, winning that special election over all the polls and Mark Molinaro. So we think this guy's going to do great, like lean Democrat, even though it's not a great Biden district. And fully open seat in the 19th. We actually have this barely tilt
Democrat. I think this was we do. This one was tougher to decide, but I think I pulled you into tilt Dem here because Molinaro is running out of his district. Like most of his district is now in the old 18th, like those areas he pulled from in the special election, and now he's in an area that he's running in an area where he's weaker. So. I think
I'm not sure I agree with you here. Actually, probably put this tilt Republican, but for this sake, we just moved it to tilt D. Anyways, John Katko here, tilt Republican. I guess that offsets
because Katko's retiring.
Yeah, Katko's retiring. Williams here, so I guess we just like offset each other in these 2 districts. But we do think this one is just barely tilt Republican, while this one is tilt Democrat. And finally, 25th district. How do we characterize that?
Yeah, we put this one in likely. I mean, some of the firms have been moving it that way. This was actually in Rochester, which I find really interesting because I mean it's a city. So, but it looks like it has looked like it has been moving slightly away from the Democrats. The Democrats are widely expected to win, but yeah, we did put this one in likely. Okay, next state, I think
North Carolina.
North Carolina here. Okay, North Carolina 1. We put lean Democrat. Our fundamentals put this one in had the Democrat winning by around 1 or 2 points. But I think the factoring in also that the Republican running here, Sandy Smith, is more of a more extremist sort of candidate. I think we're pretty safe putting it in lean Democrat. North Carolina 6. We have this one likely Democrat. Yeah. I'll just that's all I have on that. North Carolina 13. We have this one lean Republican. I believe also the Republican here is a little more on the right wing side of things. There's been close polling. Our fundamentals say this one's like around 6 points, but because of the close polling and because of the Republican being farther right wing, we think this will come to lean Republican. And Ohio.
All right, let's head into Ohio, where the Republicans responded to Illinois with this kind of gerrymander here. Like this one was interesting. Steve Shabbat, I don't know. He's pretty well entrenched in his district, even though he's not in a favorable one anymore. He's probably going down in 24. I can't lie, but we think that his incumbency and everything else is going to just barely move him into the tilt Republican column. Marcy Captor, people have been looking at this district because she's been there for 40 years, literally 40 years. And she's always done pretty well in her district. Like she's an institution in that part of the state, that northern part of the state up here. And even though it's a Trump district and the red wave, we actually think she's going to hold on okay, and that she's going to be lean D. The Republican also lost funding, so that's interesting. And Anthony Gonzalez is retiring. Yes, yeah, he's retiring. And he's like, this district's sort of funky in a lot of ways, but like even though it's a Biden district, like we think the wave is going to push this all the way to like the Republicans. So that's just how it is.
And something I wanted to mention just about that Ohio 9th district with Marcy Kaptur is the Republican lost that funding because they kind of pretended to be a veteran, something along those lines. So that and then Republicans dropped funding on him. So now it looks like he's kind of dead in the water in a bad position now. Okay, going to Oregon. Oregon, 4th. We have this one in likely Democrat. I believe it's an open seat. I'm not entirely sure on that. Can you check for? Is it open? Yeah, it is open. Yeah. So yeah, that one's we have likely Democrat. Oregon 5th, we have lean Republican. The Republicans have been doing pretty well in the polling for one, and the Democrat running here actually unseated is a progressive Democrat who unseated Kurt Schrader, a way more moderate Democrat. So she'll probably lose some of that moderate vote to the Republicans. And yeah, we think this is Lena R. Oregon 6th, we have this tilt Democrat. Yeah, there's been bad polling for the Democrats, but again, our fundamentals say, yeah, it is pretty damn blue. Pretty damn blue district. So we have this in tilt Democrat. Okay, you get Pennsylvania. I feel like you're getting all the big ones. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know. I did not set this up. I promise. I'm pretty tired. I can't lie. But yeah, the first district, Brian Fitzpatrick is an absolute chat in his district. He outperformed by just so much. It's absolutely safe for us. PA 6. We put this one all the way in likely Democrat. It's whatever. It's just a normal district. It's Biden, big Biden district moved to the right because of the wave. PA 7, we have this one lean Republican. It's whatever. It's just the fundamentals here as well. PA is pretty generic. Maybe Shapiro can drag Wild over the finish line though. We'll see about that. Cartwright. Wait, this district was extremely close, right? Like this one, like
yeah, but even Republican
this.
Internal polling has been showing this closer. So like he's been doing pretty decent in polling.
No, Doyle, he's out. But the Republican running is now named Mike Doyle. There's enough confusion in this race to the point where we think this one's likely Democrat. Name confusion. We have Summer Lee, who's a progressive, right? So with Mike Doyle, we think everything, even though it's a plus 20 district for the Democrats, there's enough weirdness that this one's going to be within 10 in our opinion. And then Connor Lamb here. Such a shame, man. Connor Lamb could be beating Oz, but you got Fetterwoman over there, so there's that. And yeah,
you put in New Jersey, you know.
Without him in his district, we think this one's to the right. And also, I know. We got to be the fourth. I know. Yeah, there's one district that 270 to win thinks is safe, but we actually don't think it's safe. We think this one is a likely Democrat. There's been problems, and she's just an underperformer, I think, as well. So there we go, Madeline Dean in there. All right, let's keep going quickly.
Next is Rhode Island. Here we have this is a pretty Democratic seat, but the Republicans have been leading in like all of the polls. What's his name? Fung.
Fung, big boy Fung.
Alan Fung. Yeah, he ran for governor before. Very well known in the area as a Republican. He's a moderate Republican. I definitely think he can get the votes in this New England district. Leanar, yeah.
Leanar, yeah. All right, let's keep going quickly. All the way to Texas. Wait, I'm getting Texas too. Okay, well, good thing there's only 2 in Texas, or that'd be rigged. Likely Democrat in Henry Queller's district. We actually think like he's super strong in his district. He's been known for a while down there. He's actually a moderate, unlike a lot of so-called moderate Democrats. I think he's like pro-life or whatever. There we go on Queller's district. Like there's shifts in Hispanics that could move this to lean, but whatever. And then Myra Flores' district. We barely think this is lean Democrat. Yeah. Flores is the incumbent and she's a superstar down there. First Mexican-born congressman, woman, yada, yada, yada. But this is just too blue of a district, we think, for her to overcome. Like, it's possible, but Gonzalez is the incumbent in the district over. He probably knows how to run a competent campaign, and he's going to be fine, probably. It's not like she can't win, though. Let's go to Virginia.
Virginia here. Okay. Virginia's second, we have Elaine Luria running. The Democrat is part of the January 6th committee. I know that. Okay, we put this tilt R just because the district moved to the right. Red wave, yes. Virginia's seventh, we have Abigail Spansberger running. We put this one tilt Democrat because our fundamentals say this is like about even, slightly tilting toward Republicans. But because she's a moderate Democrat, and she was very vocal against the defund the police movement, especially after the 2020 election, really like got after progressives against that. We put tilt Democrat. Virginia 10th, we have lean Democrat, Youngkin's campaigning there, the Republican governor's campaigning there for the Republican there. Our fundamentals say it's like 4.6 Democrat. The incumbent Republican, the incumbent Democrat there underperformed Biden. So we have this one lean. Okay. And then finally, the last district in Washington.
Washington.
To you.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's first touch on Butler. We think Butler. Yeah, I mean, Kent's a MAGA Republican. Butler was not so MAGA. But we think this is still safe just because of the wave. Yeah, it's enough to put him in safe. But Schreier, I don't know how to pronounce that name. We think this is barely tilt Republican. Yeah, the wave and fundamentals, we just backtrack to those. And maybe Tiffany Smiley can move this one a little at the top of the ticket, but Larkin's generic, Schreier's generic, tilt Republican. All right.
Okay. What's the map looking like? Go to the top.
Well, yeah, let's just finally review Ron Kind.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, we think this is solid. The district just moved too far and he's retiring. So that's
okay.
It. And yeah,
let's review it then.
To the very top where we have 234 Republicans, 201 Democrats. Wow. Okay. This was a roller coaster of epic proportions. There's a lot of tilt and lean states if you didn't notice. So this could swing either way.
I mean, yeah, like, okay. I would like to also note our metrics are based on if Republicans win generic ballot by 4.5 points. Yeah. So that would be a 7.5 point shift from 2020 to the right. Yeah, I mean, any lean district there, I think it's possible that can go to the other side. So, but like, I mean, so Republicans can like shoot up to what, like 250, up to 250 seats, and in a good if Dems somehow do really well too, they still have some form of shot of taking this too. I mean, it's just very small shot. It's a very slim. They have to win every close race, but
exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, there we go. This is a really interesting map. We just want to go over what we use metrics. So yeah, generic ballot 4.5. We use Politico redistricting tracker, so thank you to them. We use the House election results on New York Times. We use the Cook Political Report House ratings. Betting markets we didn't use, but we want to bring up 91 cents for the Republicans to take the House, 11 cents for the Democrats. Those are pretty accurate and in line with what we put, and we use 2020 election results. So yeah, there you go. 201 for the Democrats, 234 for the Republicans. Republicans take back the House with a decent size gain.
Yeah,
there we go. Democrats somehow managed to stay over 200.
435 seats, dude. Okay, yeah.
Thanks for watching. We spent so long on this video, so please leave a like.
Yes.
Please leave a like.
Oh my God.
Down below on this video, and yeah, subscribe. Hit the bell.
Yeah, share with your friends. Like, please, like we need people to view this. Like, this is the second to last House prediction. We might go over them right before Election Day, but this is essentially the House prediction right here.
For bridging the gap.
Going to change.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Bye.
Yeah, see ya.